just how you want things to be on a day like this. It's 12 noon exactly, and feels good to be here on the live broadcast show, ELEGBETE TV. My name is Ida Fematu and I'm really very excited every time I have to put up this broadcast, and uh, I have the opportunity to talk about sports betting and other things. But today, I think we're going to do it differently. I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me game you want to bet on. Obviously, the Champions League is on today. Liverpool, Man City, Barcelona, yes, Roma, and a few other games. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to lead the conversation. Tell me what games you want to talk about, and then we could talk about other things. Let's not forget that tonight by 10 p.m., most likely 10 p.m. Yeah, been talking about matters arising in Nigerian football, things that I hope that we could improve upon. Yes, it is very incumbent on my heart that I believe that we can make Nigerian football work anyway. So that's why I keep pushing on it. And I'm happy. I have 35,000 followers on Twitter. It feels good right now. So once again, good morning to you guys. If you're out there, just signify if there's anything you want me to talk about apart from the sports betting, because I also got to realize from the messages I got my inbox, some people really want me to talk about some topic, but maybe they are held back because the heading says sports betting. It's a 30-minute show. Okay, so for the 30 minutes, if there's something you want me to talk about, there's a question you want to ask, feel free, type it there, type it there, and then we'll, rub minds together on it. That's the reason why the broadcast is here in the first place. It's not just for only me to talk. And then if you have any idea, any suggestion, anything, because this is just starting, it's something that will go a very long stretch, Thanks to YouTube for providing the opportunity for us to broadcast. Oluwafemi Falola, hello, bro. Yeah, hello to you too. So if you have anything, if there's anything you think we should talk about, don't hesitate to put it up. It is not just my show. The reason why you are there is for us to judge or to, rub minds and put us together and see where it goes. So it's on you also to say, okay, this is what I think we should do. This is what I think we should talk about. This is something I have in mind for us to talk about. Or probably you want the broadcast to change, the time of the broadcast, you want it to change. You can do that. Or you say, okay, the broadcast, the 30 minutes per day for you guys, so we see how it goes on it. So I will leave for the next 5 minutes. I mean, about 7 people already viewing, so it means that we'll have a lot of people. I'll leave you for the next 2, 3, or 4, 5 minutes to suggest, give your opinion. There is nothing wrong in you giving your opinion. I agree that some people just want to be secret disciples. Some people just want to be quietly watching and not thing. It's actually why YouTube is good. I mean, they don't see your name when you join the view, but you see, this does not need anybody. No, it doesn't have to be sports. Okay, Oluwafemi Falola say must it be sports. I don't think it has to be sports only. It could be any other thing. You can ask me personal question if you want to. But one thing that I do not want to discuss on my broadcast is politics. Now, this is the reason why I do not want to discuss politics. Not because I'm afraid, but I don't like discussing things that I don't have strong information about, not really knowledgeable about. If you notice me, I'm a peripheral person. I know what I need for my country as a desire, but the deep thought about it, I don't. Okay, is it because I saw your post on Sowore? Yes, I'm going to vote for him. I don't know what I would win, but my conscience is okay with him. I've seen what he's done. I've seen his track record with Sahara Reporter, and I think I need pragmatic people like that to be in the polity of our country. So I think that's the kind of person that I would vote for. But why I do not like discussing politics as a national politics is Nigerian politics is too complicated. You might have one fact here today. I think, oh, I know this, I have this information, and tomorrow that is just a shadow. So that's why I like to stay away from it. But other than that, I could discuss any other thing, any other matter, sports or family or personal or job, motivation, inspiration. I don't like motivation. I'm a realistic person. I don't like motivational speakers. So let me not use the word motivation because it pisses me off when I hear motivational speakers speak. That's why, honestly, I'm not a fan of Fela Dorotoye. I like the wife for her business sense and whatever she does, but I'm not a motivational speaker kind of guy. I'm a realistic person. It doesn't mean that what they are doing is not good. I just don't vibe with it because they come along with some theory and principles that are not relative with our environment. All those kind of things I don't roll with. But that said, I think we can go with the vibe. I have to pick this call. It's from my sister. Hello, Lee. Ma. And I don't wake since now. I don't go walk on back safe. I do. I do. Nothing much. I did as a wait for now. And my wife soon they come, so I did as a wait. No while give me updates. Any decision I wanna take, wanna let me know. Okay, no while. Ma? Okay. 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 All right, no problem. All right then. Hey, Jesus Christ. All right, bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, that's my sister. I had to take that call. She's traveling from a long distance and coming to meet me. All right, Samani Oluwafemi say good morning. Good morning to you. 5 minutes is running dry. Nobody's. I mean, you guys are not using any topic, any conversation at all. Well, let me put that. Let me check something. Respond to somebody's very very fast. I'm still waiting for you guys to say something. Yeah. Woo. Man, we've been having issues with lights lately. I don't know. We used to have it very, very well, but lately it's not been good. I don't know why. I don't know who we've offended. I just hope it's just a passing phase. Okay, let's go. Since you guys, Amani Oluwafemi, you say you got it wrong on Morense versus Boy Vista yesterday. What's wrong? Am I supposed to answer that question? Am I supposed to answer that question? The way you sounded, like, okay, I was a mechanic and you gave me your car to repair and you asked me to change the brakes. And then eventually I left the brake and I changed the carburetor. It's a football game. I made my prediction. Omani, do you understand? I made my predictions and the game is going to go on. I did not get it wrong. The game did not go as I predicted. There are two different things. Okay, so I really don't get it. Michael Ogbadu, I said I was going to join you, and I'm glad I'm watching you live. Yeah, you said so. I saw your message. Thank you so much. Yes, we'll on our end, we're preparing for the World Cup, hoping that my team will get their visas. That's the one thing I'm praying for now. My crew that is supposed to go to the World Cup with me, because if they don't get their visas, believe you me, I'm going nowhere. It will be of no use for me to go to Russia without my crew. So that's just the one tiny thing that I'm working on, because my crew, funny enough, members of my crew have a Virgin passport, what you call Virgin passport, passports that I've not traveled before. So pretty much difficult. Me, I could go anywhere in the world right now, but I'm working on that. Okay, let's come back to the games for today. It's still the bet show, and the way it is right now, I guess everybody's waiting for me to put up my predictions. And because of questions like the one Amani Oluwafemi asked, let me state it again. Prediction, nobody predicts Oluwafemi Falola. You say, I want to ask you that, do you feel Polygon would have performed the way Roa has done? I'm not sure I saw that question anyway, but I don't think so. I think Genetroy is a better coach than Polygon. One, Genetroy is a far more experienced man. The Super Eagles does not have quality players. Let's be very, very frank about that. The Super Eagles does not have quality players. So what Genetroy did was to use the unity, to foster unity among it. And I think that Polygon, being a very pragmatic person, would have done a Sandolisi on the team, would have, created more problem in the team. And the people who were bringing in Polygon, the kind of money, some of them, the cutback that they were going to receive would have destroyed the Super Eagles. That's just, I think Amaju Pinnick was brave enough to call the bluff of people like Chris Green and the rest of them and move on to go bring in an unknown coach that nobody was even pushing for in the first place. And, we've seen where it's taking us to. The Super Eagles does not have star players. The Super Eagles does not really have top-notch quality. So Polygon, I don't think Polygon would really have done well. So I hope I've answered your question very well. Okay, Omani Oluwafemi say, that's not what I really mean. I still want to, just saying you were close. Now that's strange. You see, sometimes when you put up questions like this, focus on the fact that you won. That's the most important thing. When you put up questions like this and you say that's not what you really meant, you disrupt the system. I like people who are disruptive anyway, because I am disruptive myself. But you make it look, you put the responsibility on me like, oh, for every game I predict, it's got to come true. And that's not good. When we're running a broadcast like this is the kind of thing that when I was on radio, he's very fierce. He doesn't want to listen to people because everybody have an opinion. When I was on radio, people used to say that everybody's entitled to their opinion. No, that's a lie. That's a lie that they sell to people on radio. And I used to, when we sign off our programs and we'll come back to our meeting, I used to have heated argument with almost everybody in the office on that ground. And they say everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's a lie. When I was in Germany in Hamburg, when I was studying in ISB, what the instructor said something, and I said, it's my opinion. And he said, no, everybody is not entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to their facts, not their opinion, because your opinion can be a lie. Your opinion can be gibberish. Your opinion can be rubbish. And when there's a subject matter on discourse, not everybody is entitled to their opinion. You understand? And when I came back to Nigeria and I was on radio, and I kept having that conversation. People like, everybody's entitled to opinion. The callers I said, wow. It's either I wasn't well trained or probably somebody is missing the memo somewhere in between. And it was something that lasted all along. Sometimes like my chairman, like chairman, first off, I see myself like a pro in this business. I don't go to the doctor's office and I argue with the doctor, even though it is my body. You understand? Like I'm having a headache and the doctor said, no, it's not head. It's not your head that is the problem. The problem is with your knee. I don't argue with the doctor. I mean, I allow him to run his test, give me his diagnosis, and then I take his medication. So I think it's the same thing with what we do in our business. But, because of the society we live in, everybody's going to have an opinion. And then I think if Nigeria can still qualify from that group, if we don't win that game against Croatia. Well, a long time ago when the draw was made, I said that we were going to, I think that was 1st of December. I said that we were going to make it to the quarterfinals. The Super Eagles are going to make it to the quarterfinals. Should I rescind that decision, that pronouncement right now? I don't know, but I still believe that we're going to qualify from the group. Would we beat Croatia? Croatia is more like Serbia. We struggled against Serbia. We obviously might struggle against Croatia. Croatia is like 15 notches ahead of Serbia, but they are similar, which also gives me the hope that we'll beat Croatia. You know why? Yeah, Madrid will cancel Mikelobi. Perfect. Rakitic would cancel Onazi. Perfect. That is how it seems. But I think that if Leon Balogun is not injured, if Leon Balogun plays in that game, we'll beat Croatia. The worst result that's going to come out of that game is a draw. Then we'll go on to beat Iceland. And then whatever happened between us and Argentina, we'll qualify second in that group. That's my take. And once we qualify second in that group, the next round of 16, we're going to beat any opponent we meet. But by the time we get to quarterfinals, no matter what rich vein of form that we are on, we will lose and come back. Something is going to happen that will make us lose. It's that simple. But let's keep our fingers crossed. My biggest prayer right now is not for the Eagles. The Eagles have their own business to do. My biggest prayer right now, as I sit here with you and I'm talking, is for my crew to get their visas so that we go to Russia and spend the time we want to spend and come back and have fun. I'll still be having my broadcast with you guys from Russia, but that's the biggest prayer that I am praying right now as I'm speaking with you. It is the biggest prayer. Okay, there's no other question there. Okay, so let me take the game. Let me take the game. Hopefully it will happen. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Anything is possible. Okay, let's take the games as they are. Aston Villa playing against Cardiff City. I think Aston Villa is going to win. I think, underline the word I think. I think Aston Villa is going to win against Cardiff, but I also believe that both teams will score. Bristol City playing against Birmingham City. This is and this is a game I think both teams will score as well, but it's a 12 because it's a 50-50 game. Anybody can win this one. Then the game between Bolton Albion and Hull City, I most likely will give it to Hull City to win this game. Fulham plays Reading. It's a straight win for Fulham in that game. Ipswich Town playing against Barnsley. Both teams to score. Nottingham Forest playing against Brentford. Nottingham Forest. This is where Roy Keane started his professional career. I'm reading a Roy Keane biography right now. I'm enjoying the book. The book is as crazy as a player. I just started it. I'm loving every bit of the book as it is. We're playing against Brentford. I think Brentford have a double chance, a 50-50 chance of winning this game. So it's a win or draw for Brentford. Preston North playing against Leeds United. Both teams will score for sure. Preston North will win or draw this game. I think I'll go with the Preston North to win at home. Queen's Park Rangers playing against Sheffield Wednesday. I'm wearing a Sheffield Wednesday jersey right here. Yes. But am I rooting for them? No. I think Queen's Park Rangers will win this game. Sheffield United playing against Middlesbrough. Both teams to score. Sunderland looking like they will get relegated, back to back, but I think about 3 or 7 points off the drop zone. They just might win this one. So I picked them on a double chance to win or draw. They've been having a very, very bad patch. Bolton Wanderers, Austin Dejo coach as former club, playing against Millwall. I used to be a Nigerian player. I played for Millwall, right? Yes, but I think Millwall in a better form right now. So I'll go with Millwall to win this game. Now let's go to the UEFA Champions League. That match, that game, we have a Champions League. That much. I don't know. I think that FC Barcelona and Roma will end in a draw. Not too sure about that anyway. I think Man City will beat Liverpool. But the question everybody's asking me since the past 2 days is, do I see Man City going through? This is where I'm going to do a bit of analysis. Now, completely, I think Liverpool will win. Well, Man City will win that game. I think Man City will win that game. Michael Ogbado, you say, I pray your crew will get their visa by God's grace. Amen. I really am praying. Like, I'm praying. One, it's an opportunity for them to go to the World Cup for the very first time. I mean, a company that just started like in July, well, having this opportunity to go to the World Cup is big for me. And for a new crew, that just put it together, if they go to the World Cup, it's a big exposure for them. It's also a big chip on my shoulder. If I'm able to take these rookies to the World Cup, it means that we can plan well for Qatar and other championships. My dream is for us to even be able to go to things like the Super Bowl finals, the NBA finals, go to a few of the Formula One games. And who say we can't do all that? It's not something that is regular in this part of the world, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with dreaming. So one of the things that I grew up doing a whole lot is I dream like a fool. Like, sometimes my wife like, babe, why are you thinking like that? I said, well, what is wrong in thinking like that? But there's this thing my wife will always say. I met my wife, and less than 2 hours after we met, I asked her to marry me. It was strange, and it took her time, but she agreed to marry me. Eventually, we're not married. June 11 will be 7 years that we got married. But she will always say that any man who is crazy enough to ask a woman to marry him just less than 2 hours after meeting her, is crazy enough to make any dream, and there's a possibility that that dream could come true. So now she's like my fuel. Now she's like my Kickstarter. She helps me to push my dream. Like the other day I was telling her, like, I want to build a studio. I want to build a TV studio. And I was giving her dimensions and size and how I think the studio would be, the car park, underground parking system, you know, a studio with glass. And she was like, at what age? I was like, I'm 40, you know, but it's doable, you know, it's doable. I was like, how much do we have in the bank? In our entire family savings. Okay, what are we worth as a family? If you put the property, the land that we have and everything. And I like, it's what, like, a scrap, a piece of paper. It's like, you're dreaming of this. I said, well. And I should go back like, well, any man who is able to, you know, she says it now, she's almost sounding like a broken record. Any man who's able to see a woman and less than 2 hours ask her to marry him, it's obviously a risk taker. I should believe you. It's possible. It's very, very possible. Where were we? Oluwafemi Falala said Man City Liverpool. Man City win. That's an over 2.5 game again. Amani Oluwafemi said Man City might win, but I pray Liverpool go through. I really want Man City to go through because I think that Man City, Liverpool going to the semi-finals, they might not do well. That's my problem with Liverpool. That's my fear with Liverpool. That bad end that would make them get cold feet. It's my fear. Other than that, I think they are a good side. I love Jurgen Klopp, and I think it's about time. If there's any other person outside Barcelona and Real Madrid that should win the Champions League, then it should be Jurgen Klopp. My reason being that, I mean, this guy has been in the saddle for a while now. He's been in the saddle for a while, and he deserves a shot at winning the UEFA Champions League. But you know how it is. It's not what I think or what anybody deserves. That's how I thought that Buffon deserved to win the Champions League. He didn't win it. No, we got beat 4-1. So it's football. I let the team that is prepared and ready for the day win it. The very minute that Man City did not score a away goal at Anfield, they made it a million times hard for them. But I just hope that it does go well and they get to win. Yeah. I think the remaining 7 minutes, I've done my bet predictions already. The remaining 7 minutes is open for you guys to throw up your questions. You know, you could throw up your questions away from sports betting, personal questions if you want to ask anything. Don't ask me how I sleep with my wife. A lot of people like to ask some very, very funny questions. But anything that I think I can. Oluwafemi Falola, he said, do you think City can defend the title next season? Next season have not started. Let's end the season first. You know, defending the title starts with one. If you recruitment here and there, and then what happened between after the World Cup and the start of the new season. You know, Chelsea would have jolly well defended this title if Conte had not sent that SMS. Chelsea would have defended this title. But you see, I can give you a prediction here now when the season has not ended. And then that kind of SMS situation just happened. You know, there is the issue between Pep Guardiola and Aguero. Pep Guardiola preferring Gabriel Jesus, but Gabriel Jesus obviously turning out not to be the enigma, the dream striker, the Ronaldo da Lima kind of go-getter, the goal every match kind of striker that they need. You know, so I think if it is possible to break the bank, they should break the bank and get a player like Harry Kane. But the problem with getting Harry Kane for Man City is Harry Kane is not a Pep Guardiola kind of player because he's a root one player. One player that they would have been able to buy and add to that team is Mo Salah. But the thing with bringing in Mo Salah is Mo Salah will make Raheem Sterling go off the team. And, you know, there's a whole lot anyway. Let's focus on this season first. Let them win this title. The title is not won yet. Let them deal with their Champions League. That's going to come when we start having the broadcast for the preseason, the off-season after the World Cup, because the World Cup period is going to be very, very tight for everybody. Focus on the World Cup, 2 months or 1 month of crazy football, 14th of June to 15th of July. Let's see how that one goes. But next season, they will be in the top 4 anyway. Definitely in the top 4. That's Pep Guardiola for you. They will be in the top 4. But winning the title, I think that Jose Mourinho, if he doesn't blow his own out, Jose Mourinho have his own problem. If he doesn't blow this up, Jose Mourinho might want to compete for the title. You know, The way Man City have won the title this season will make almost everybody want to go for them, want to find them out, want to deal with them. And the fact that Liverpool was able to show everybody that if you get all up on Man City's face, they find it very, very difficult to defend. It's also something that you need to look at, and then everybody begins to wonder, like, okay, they really don't have it all together. There is a chink in the armor that you can work on. And Fernandinho seems to have lost form. I think that period when he went out injured, and then Gundogan came in, and then he came back out of injury, and then came back into the team directly. He's not really been in his best element like he started the season. So a whole lot can happen between now and next season. I really don't want to focus on next season. Let's get done with this season. I normally start talking about next season when we start seeing what is happening in the dressing room. I make my predictions from what I see going on in the dressing room. Just like I said that Conte will be, I mean, for me, Conte has even broken my prediction. I thought it would have been sacked, but one thing I said even before I left Brilla was that Chelsea will not make the top four, and I'm still holding on to that. They're not going to make the top four. Oluwafen Falala, I said, do you think Francis should start for the Eagles? No. Straight up, no. It's still got a long way to go. I think you still have a lot of learning to do. You still have a lot in terms of confidence. If you want to play a Francis as your number one choice goalkeeper, you should have defenders that are very, very good, both the left fullback and the right fullback, because they have to deal with the crosses that are coming into your 18-yard box. He's still shaking. I'll rather play Ezewa. Yeah, I'll rather play Ezewa. Ezewa helps the defense to defend very well. There's this thing about having an Ezewa in defense. Go back and look at qualifiers. The defenders, they defend to the death. But there's this thing about Francis. They tend to pretend like Francis is a better goalkeeper, and it makes them relax a little bit. And that relaxation in the World Cup, the margin of error is very, very thin. At the World Cup, the margin of error is very, very thin. Every little mistake will be punished. So I don't think that thing that Francis does, where he's shaky for 15, 20 minutes before he settles into the game, will work for us. I don't think that. If you blink, you snooze, you lose. That's what they say. If you blink, we'll get into a bad spot, and I don't want that to happen with our team. Oluwafemi Falala is saying my problem is the height of Ezewa. Well, height is not a problem. He's got reflex. I've not seen him concede a goal as a result of his height. I've not seen him. It's considered, almost all the goals is considered are penalties and goals that any goalkeeper will concede. So when you say your problem is with his height, you first of all have to deal with the fact that, have you seen him concede a goal that is incumbent on the fact that a taller goalkeeper would have saved this ball? Now, if you've not seen that happen, both in the local league and of all the games is played for the national team, then I don't have a problem with that, because I think he seems to have a whole lot more confidence in goal and is good with one-on-one situation. And in the World Cup, there'll be plenty of one-on-one situation, especially when you're playing against a team like Argentina and Croatia, who are very good with short passing. There's going to be a lot of one-on-one situation. And Ezewa for me is my best bet. Yeah, we're counting down to the end of the broadcast. Every time this broadcast is coming to an end, I feel like it should continue. But I made a promise that we're always going to have 30 minutes. Now, you guys can suggest how many times we should be having broadcasts per day, and then I'm looking at doing something called Analyze the Game. It's another 30 minutes broadcast where focus is just on analyzing games, the games that are coming. It's not about prediction. It's just analysis, analyzing games, coaches, their press conference, the things that they said and all that. So SIM card, are fine. I saw SIM card on Sunday on my way to the La Liga event, and so she's fine too. She's working with the BBC and doing some stuff with Smooth FM. Pretty much everybody's busy right now. SIM card is fine. He's into movies. He's working with Flatmate Crew and a whole lot of production work that he's doing over there. But they are fine. They're fantastic. They're doing very, very well. Well, it's the end of the show. Anything that has been must surely come have an end. You guys can spot us the hot addicts. Thank you very much. We're still working on season 2. Getting new crew for that has been a problem, but I told everybody to hang after the World Cup. After I was sorted with the world visa and everything, and then we can come out and decide what to do with that. And it's a different location entirely. Let's end it now. You can send a message on Twitter, my inbox, or you can comment here. Tell me if you think we should do 30 minutes twice a day or 3 times a day, whatever your opinion is. Don't forget to preach the gospel of ELEGBETE TV the bigger we get, the better it is for everybody. Yes, thank you very much, and I greet every one of you. Let's hope that we could do a whole lot more broadcasts than this. Thank you for your time. My name once again is Edafe Matthew Esiogene. Bye.